Hey, Mike here, and I'm here all by myself today. Recently, I've been doing a lot of videos where I bring in guests and we explore some topic, whether it's about people or teams or leadership or whatever it is, and way more of that to come. I currently have those booked straight out into October. And so I'm very excited for the guests that are coming on and the people who are choosing to spend time with me, and I get to choose to spend time with them. We learn from each other and hopefully share some of that with you. So um, today I want to talk about getting yourself unstuck or getting somebody else unstuck. So let's just talk about this word stuck, right? Because stuck's a big word. Coaches, yeah, I'm a trained coach. We throw it around a lot. We try to sell based on, oh, if you're stuck, come see me, kind of thing. Um, and there's lots of people and lots of ways to help you get unstuck. So I want to teach you one today that actually comes from the work of Byron Katie, and it's actually called The Work. She developed a 5-step process, 5 questions um, that help you get someone else unstuck. So if you're a leader and somebody's really doubting something or has some kind of negative thought that's keeping them from doing something, if you're a coach and you have clients who really want something, but they're telling themselves some kind of story, I'm not good enough, or if I do that, people are going to think I'm arrogant, or people will judge me, like whatever it is. Um, Whatever it is, sorry, technology moment here. Whatever it is, that's what we're talking about here when we're talking about stuck. Stuck is a mental state, right? There's something where you're going, there might be shame where I'm not good enough, or that you might be blaming somebody for being in your way. Whatever it is, right? It prevents you from having what you want. Oh, somebody's watching. Say hi in the comments. My friend and mentor, Christopher Avery, taught me about intention and counterintention, right? And they're kind of an opposing force between two things. So my intention, here's what I want. Here's the counterintention that keeps me stuck, stasis, if you will, unable to move forward. And so there's something there that's keeping me stuck, but it's not hard to see some of the surface stuff of why I'm stuck. But I may not truly know what's working against me here. So what Byron Katie's work does for us is it gives us these 5 questions. Now, if you're working with someone else with this construct, then by all means use it as questions, a structure to work with. If you're doing it yourself, and I've done this a few times myself now, it's something I learned quite recently, and I'm finding it to be quite powerful. Oh, that was good grammar. Um, um, and when I'm stuck, I'll use it for myself, and I do this by journaling. Right? In other words, I ask myself the question, and then I start writing without thought. And going through this process, I found consistently either me or whoever I'm working with is getting unstuck. So let's get into it, right? This is Byron Katie's work, The Work. And here's the questions. So the first one is, the question is it true? So for example, if I'm telling myself that I'm not sure anybody really wants to hire me, right? As an entrepreneur, solopreneur, as somebody who's out there, selling myself and always looking for business, you know, that's a part of what I do. It is really easy to tell myself, nobody wants to work with me. And so the very first question is this one. Is it true that nobody wants to work with me? And oftentimes when I start thinking about that, I start kind of meandering around the question. Well, rationally, I know it's not true, and yet at the same time, blah, blah, blah. Like whatever the story is, I'm telling myself. But here's the thing. The only acceptable answer is a binary. yes or no. Yes, it's true. No, it's not true. And when I can come to that, and sometimes takes a little journaling or a few questions to come to that, I can go to the next one, right? Which is question 2. Now, I only stop at this question if in question 1 I said, yes, it is true. Nobody wants to work with me. And the question is, can you be absolutely sure? Said another way, what's your proof? Right? Without absolute truthful proof, right, I cannot say yes here. Right? If I don't have evidence, if I don't have feedback, if I don't have whatever it is, right, I have no proof. And so I can't be absolutely sure. And here's the thing, I find most people, when they get to question 1, including myself, if I say no, this is a redundant question. It's really easy to just skip by it. But if I say yes and I come here, I have yet to encounter a situation where it's true. Because here's the thing, we tell ourselves a lot of stories. Well, if I do that, people are going to judge me, right? If I do that, nobody's going to want to work with me. If I do that, people are going to think I'm arrogant. Whatever it is, right? We tell ourselves stories, and not one of them can be proven. There's no absolute proof. And so again, we're looking for a binary yes or no. So if you're journaling, unless you get to the point where you put an emphatic no, then stay here and continue to process, why is it you're holding this to be true? Once we get past that, so whether we go straight from question 1 to question 3, or we go from question 1 to 2, whichever path we follow here, the next thing, pardon the grammar here, the next question to ask yourself is, what happens to or in you? In other words, like, what starts happening? What do you start feeling? What do you start thinking? Like, whatever it is, and it could be a physical sensation, but what happens when you believe that thought, when it's happening, right? Sometimes I might get butterflies in my stomach. Sometimes I have a lot of self-talk happening up in my head. Oh yeah, nobody's going to want to work with me, and blah blah blah, whatever it is, right? What happens? And process it. Don't skip by this. Don't make this quick. And get into the ugly stuff too. Ugh, I just want to run screaming from the room, right? It makes me want to cry, whatever it is, right? But get in touch with what happens. Once we process that, we can move on to question 4. Who would you be without that thought, right? So take me, for example, when it comes to, not sure anybody would want to work with me. Who would I be without that thought? I'm courageous. I put stuff out there. I phone people, right? I connect with people. I go meet with them, right? When we can do that, of course. And yes, we can do that increasingly these days, depending on comfort levels. But who would you be? And really light it up. Really find that thing, that bright thing that really lights you or them up. Right? If you didn't have that thought, who would you be? And then finally, here's the last thing, and it's not a question, right? But it's the 5th point, which is to create a turnaround thought. What that means is, nobody's going to want to work with me, right? A turnaround thought might be, everybody's waiting for me to come work with them, right? Whatever it is, right? Create some kind of turnaround thought. Ugh, people are going to judge me. A turnaround might be, people are going to be proud of what I accomplish. Or people are going to be proud that I took the risk, whatever it is, right? Create some kind of turnaround thought. So, really quick again, question 1, is it true? Binary yes or no is the only valid answer in the end. It's okay to process to get there, but it has to be that binary answer. Question 2, can you be absolutely sure? Wow, I got to proof read these things more. Can you be absolutely sure that it's true? And again, it's a yes or no binary kind of answers. And what happens, question 3, what happens to or in you when you believe that thought? Butterflies in the stomach, a lot of self-talk. You get really tense, you get stressed out, you get tired, whatever it is, right? Be with it. Question 4, who would you be without that thought? Right? If you could let go of that and just go out in the world and do it, who would you be without that thought? And don't be afraid to dream big here. And then finally, create that turnaround thought. Turn the people are going to judge me into people are going to be proud of me. Or people are going to judge me to people are going to use me as a role model. Pardon me. Whatever it is, create that turnaround thought. And that's it. I encourage you, go into YouTube, search for Byron Katie. There is videos there where she's actually demonstrating this approach. It's worked really well for myself and as I'm coaching other people. So I wanted to share it. You don't have to be a coach. You could well, I shouldn't say simply, my apologies. You might be a leader in an organization with a team. And here's what I know. If you have a team, you have people that you're leading, of course. And those people are bumping into things that are keeping them stuck, keeping them from going after what they really want, keeping them from trying something new, like whatever it is. And if you can find those things through a few powerful questions, you can help them get unstuck with this. Open your curiosity, open your listening, be there in service of others to help them be better. Kind of sounds like leadership. All right, that's it for today. Thank you very much for listening. Please leave your comments. And coming up this week, I should have looked this up before I hit go live here. Coming up this week on Tuesday, August 2nd. Told you I should have looked that up first. Tuesday, August 2nd at 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing a live stream with my very good friend, mentor, colleague, Lisa Atkins. And we're going to be talking about personal accountability. Like this is one of those live streams with a guest. She wanted to talk about personal accountability. I call it responsibility. We're talking about the same thing. I just know this is going to be a really good discussion. Much like all the rest of them have also been really good discussions. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. I'll post links in the comments to this video. It'll be on LinkedIn live stream. It'll be on my YouTube channel, and it'll be over on Facebook as well. So I'll post links in the comments to this video. I hope to see you there. Come on in, because you can post comments, questions, whatever it might be while we're talking. Look forward to seeing you then. And until then, have yourself a great weekend. And for those of us in Ontario and a few of the other Canadian provinces, enjoy your long weekend. All right. See you soon.